Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sheboygan A's Baseball at Wildwood Park. My name is Mike Martin, and along with Matt Crowley, we will be bringing you tonight's game versus the Greater Green Bay Blue Ribbons. This game counts in the NEW and the Wisconsin State League. Starting pitchers for Sheboygan, there you see him warming up, Jared Reklitis, and for Greater Green Bay, it's Alec Dannon. The starting lineup for Greater Green Bay, managed by Anthony Sodile, is Griffin Summers at shortstop leading off. Batting second is Daisuke Sasaki at second. Batting third and playing right field, Jonah Landowski. Batting fourth and playing third base, Jaden Adrians. Batting fifth and playing left field, Trent Van Ness. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Jacob Lacey. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jeremy Laffoon. Batting eighth, the DH, Alex Laughlin. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Tyler Bloom. Starting tonight for the Blue Ribbons is Alex Dannon. Defensively for Sheboygan, they have Harry Stelt at first, Nick Hancock at second, Nathan Ebersol at short, and Jacob Neese over at third. Cole Erickson's in left, T.D. Walker's in center, and Ross Christ is in right. Ethan Scherg is catching, and Reklitis pitching. First pitch is offered at, bunt attempt by Summers, and it's a strike. Our umpires tonight, we have Steve Walsh behind home plate, and on the bases, Phil Ducat. A couple of veterans tonight. That strike makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Reklitis generally records a lot of strikeouts when he pitches. That ball is hit right up the middle and through for a base hit. That brings up Daisuke Sasaki. He's playing at second base tonight. The weather report, 77 beautiful degrees out at game time. It's a little bit hazy. We're getting that haziness from the wildfires out west. And the wind is very calm. You can see the center field flag is not moving at all, and Sheboygan catches a bit of a break there. Sasaki trying to bunt to get on and would have had it beat out, but the ball rolled foul. Sheboygan comes in with a 23 and 24 record. They split this weekend at Addison, winning 1 of 2 on Saturday and Sunday. Reklitis comes set and delivers. Pitch in the dirt, gets by Scherg, and goes a wild pitch. We talked about this the other day during our broadcast. The A's, at least in the games that we've seen, have been giving up bases left and right. The other night it was a lot of stolen bases, and right away here in the first inning, we have a wild pitch, allows the runner to move to second. Slow roller to short, and Ebersol not able to make the play. Not sure what that's going to go down as. Error on the shortstop. And on the play, Summers, who was at second, moves to third. Okay, runners on first and third, nobody out. Let's see Jared strike out a couple of batters now. Sasaki not taking a real big lead. bluffs a move on a steal attempt, but holds up. And that's a strike. Jared's mom and dad are here watching the ball game. Sheboygan is only 1-2 on the season versus Green Bay. They haven't had a lot of success with them. Sasaki takes his lead at first. Pitch hits the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. Makes the count 1-2 strikes. Timeout called by umpire Ducat to allow Sasaki to tie his shoes. Like John Wooden said, always tie the double knots and you don't have to worry about it during the course of the game. Whenever the kids came in and needed their shoelaces tied, double knots. Sasaki looks like he's going to be going on this pitch. He doesn't. Ball is bounced foul. Summers is on at third. Daisuke Sasaki is over at first. And Landowski is in the box. Pitch is up high. Evens the count at 2-2. Bouncing ball to Harry Stelt. He takes it to the bag himself. Had no other play. So the ground out to first does produce a run for Greater Green Bay. And that brings up Jaden Adrians, the third baseman. Sasaki now at second. There's one out. And a run in for the Blue Ribbons. Breaking pitches in there for strike 1. Ball's popped out of play, foul. Adrian's a big kid. Wears number 34. Which is a high and outside. Nice behind the bag over at third. Ebersol and the second baseman Hancock are deep. Harry Stelt is deep at third also. First also. Ball is popped up on the infield. Jacob Nice makes the call and the catch. 2 outs for Trent Van Ness, the left fielder. Well, the first and third situation and nobody out. To get out of the inning with only 1 run scored would be a pretty good accomplishment for Sheboygan. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Another breaking pitch in for a strike. Van Ness digging in at home plate. Sasaki off the bag at second. There's a line drive out to right field, a base hit. Sasaki will come around and score easily. No play on him. And Green Bay goes up 2-0. Usually with 2 strikes and no balls, the pitcher will waste a pitch. Jared came right after him, and Van Ness was ready for it and hit a nice line drive single out to right. Van Ness taking a nice lead off of first. He's going. Bouncing ball hit to short. Ebersol over to Stout for the out. And the inning is over, but not before Greater Green Bay comes up with 2 runs. After a half inning of play, Green Bay 2, Sheboygan coming to bat.
Last year's financial year,
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who
Let's go through the batting order for Sheboygan. Leading off will be Ross Christ in right field. Batting second, Nathan Ebersol, the shortstop. Batting third, Harry Stout. Harry's over at first. Jimmy Jurgensen is the Northwoods Chemical cleanup hitter. He's the DH. Batting fifth, Jacob Neese over at third. T.D. Walker bats sixth and plays center. Cole Erickson is the left fielder, batting seventh. Ethan Scherg bats eighth and is the catcher. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Nick Hancock. We mentioned Jared Recolaitis is, of course, starting for Sheboygan. Defensively, for Greater Green Bay, Lacey's at first. Sasaki's at second. Adrian's at third and Summers at short. Van Ness, Bloom, and Landowski are in the outfield left to right. And LaFoon is the catcher. Alec Dannon, the pitcher. Chris takes that first pitch high for ball one. Chris on the season hitting .331, having another nice year for him. Swing and a miss. Ross has 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. Pitch is down low by Dannon, makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Nathan Ebersol. And ball 4. Good start for Sheboygan. Hey, Terry. Question for you. Did you give the guy a hit or an error on that play at short? The one by Ebersol, a slow roller. Error? Okay, that's what we did. Next up for Sheboygan is Nathan Ebersol. It's just a touch outside. Christ is a threat to steal. He has 12 stolen bases on the year. Leading the club in that department is JT Reed. He has 17. Chris not running. Ebersol fouls that one off behind the Green Bay dugout. Breaking pitch is a little bit high and inside. 2-1 is the count. Swing and miss by Ebersol. Nathan in limited action is hitting 167. Expect that to go up as he moves along through the rest of the season. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Dannon. Was able to get it by Ebersol. And that brings up Harry Stelt.
First baseman number 19, Harry Stelt.
Harry also hitting .331 as he steps in. Has 9 doubles, 10 home runs. Pitch is in for a strike. Leads the club in RBIs with 37 and is second to Christ in walks. Harry has 37. Ross now has 40. Jimmy Jurgensen waiting on deck. Drive out to right. Racing, not able to make the catch. It hits off the wall high. They're sending Christ home. Here's the throw. And he's out at home. Great throw by the second baseman. That throw goes 9-4 to 2 on the putout. And that brings up Jimmy Jurgensen. Great play by the right fielder, Landowski, to get it to the cutoff man. We already have. Jimmy lines one out to center field. Will it drop? Yes. And it bounces away from the center fielder. That'll allow Harry to score. Harry actually made a mistake on his base running. He waited for it to drop in. He thought it might be caught, but there were 2 outs, so he should have been running on the crack of the bat.
Third baseman number 17, Jacob Lee.
He scored anyway. Bloom couldn't handle that funny bounce. Swing and a miss by Neese. Jurgensen on at first with his RBI single. Sheboygan on the board. They still trail, however, 2-1. That pitch is in for a strike. That makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Jacob hanging in there, fouls it off. Nice line drive single by Jimmy Jurgensen to get Sheboygan on the board. If they'd have held Chris at third, we'd have 2 runs in. Ooh, that looked pretty good. Must have been up just a little bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob looked like he was fooled on that pitch. That pitch hangs up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first. Pitch way outside. Jurgensen will get a running start on this 3-2 pitch. If Jacob could hit it to the wall, Jimmy would have a chance to score. He's off and running, and a swing and a miss by Jacob Neese. But after 1 complete inning of play, Green Bay leads 2-1.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually...
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly...
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you.
You are really close to my... Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down! There you are.
You always have...
My back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a...
Leading off the second inning for Green Bay will be Jeremy LaFoon, the catcher. LaFoon took Daisuke Sasaki's throw from the right fielder, and he was able to apply the tag on Christ. Probably about 5 feet in front of home plate. It wasn't even close. In a rare occurrence for Recklitis, he didn't have any strikeouts in the first inning. Should check out his strikeout totals. He has 62 on the year. Nice play by Neese, and he fires across for the easy out. Recklitis has 62 strikeouts. Leading the ball club with 78 is Brad Reinflesch. And then third on the list is Eric Schmitz with 55. Big 3 for Sheboygan. Alex Laughlin, the DH, is up next. Alex pops that ball up right near the dugout. Harry coming over and can't get it. It bounces off the dugout roof. I don't think Giannis could have made that play, Matt. Bucks and 6. I like that. Laughlin takes strike 2. Big breaking ball by Jared Recklitis. Let's see what Jared does this time. Last time with a 0-2 count, he threw a strike. He does again, but this one is bounced to Neese. Neese got it there just in time. Jacob with the big arm was able to right himself for an extra step and fired it over there for the out. That brings up the number 9 hitter and center fielder Tyler Bloom. First pitch hitting out to Ebersol. He scoops and throws in the dirt. That's going to allow Bloom to reach. That'll be an E6 also. Nathan having a tough night so far with a couple of errors and a strikeout. But it's early. Bounce back from that. That takes us back to the top of the order. Griffin Summers. Summers singled and ended up scoring in the first inning. Neese is even with the bag at third. Second baseman and the shortstop are deep up the middle. Harry, of course, holding the runner at first. The 1-1 pitch by Reklitis. And it's a ball, and Bloom with the stolen base. Pretty good throwdown by Ethan Scherg, but Summers got the big jump. Summers fouls that pitch off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man on second. Reklitis sets and delivers. Breaking pitch is fouled off. Summers doing a great job of hanging in. Bouncing ball in the hole at short. Ebersol got him. What a play by Nathan Ebersol. And that ends the second inning for Greater Green Bay. After an inning and a half of play, Green Bay leads it 2-1.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly... Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up. In my life. I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my... Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship. I'm not usually...
Leading off the second inning for Sheboygan will be T.D. Walker. Walker hitting .228 as he steps in. Does have a double and a home run. Done a pretty good job at getting on base with 18 walks. Actually has 7 doubles and a home run. Walker gets hit in the shoulder, and he'll go down to first base, getting on base the hard way. You stand up there and get hit by a pitch, Matt. Don't tell me that's an easy way. That brings up Cole Erickson. Cole out in left field today. Erickson in limited action is hitting .366. Hard ground ball to short. Summers over to second. One. Relay to first. In time for the 6-4-3 double play. And there goes a great opportunity for Sheboygan, but they still have only 2 outs. So they've got a chance for a 2-out rally. Great turn by the second baseman, Sasaki. That brings up the catcher, Ethan Scherg. Scherg hitting an even 250 as he steps in. Ethan does a lot of catching for Sheboygan. He's also appeared 5 times on the mound. He's gotten some action there. So soft liner out in the center field, a base hit. And that's going to bring up Nick Hancock.
Second baseman, number 25, Nick Hancock.
Hancock hitting over 300. Steps in hitting 302. Scherg has pretty good speed over at first. It'll be interesting to see if they send him. Nick takes that first pitch for a ball. Nick is at second base tonight. Green Bay on top, 2-1. We're in the bottom of the second. Matt Crowley will be taking you through innings 3 and 4. He's an experienced veteran now. He no longer goes to the back of the press box to loosen up. Yeah, right. Foul ball is a ball out of, what do you call it? Out of bounds. Hancock with a pretty good rip, but fouled it back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scherg on it first. There's 2 outs. Green Bay earlier in the inning turned a real slick 6-4-3 double play. Pitch is up high, 3-1. Waiting on deck is the leadoff hitter, Ross Christ. Be nice to get him up with runners on first and second. Hancock takes that pitch for a strike, and that loads the count. Scherg will be off and running on the pitch with 2 outs. And Hancock knew it. Lannon with a good pitch. Gets Hancock to end the second inning. After 2 complete, Green Bay 2, Sheboygan 1. When we come back, Matt will take you through innings 3 and 4.
Sometimes you'd rather stay in the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Welcome back here, top third at Wildwood Park. I'm Matt Crowley. Up for Green Bay is Dice Cake Sasaki. He reached on air. This one is popped up and Shurg on his way. And off the net, it will go be foul. I don't know. Can you catch the ball off the net? No. So 0-1 on Sasaki. Sasaki. Counts 0-1. Reklitis. Breaking pitch just inside for ball one. Counts 1-1 here at top of the third. Pitch from Reklitis is just high. Checked swing. Didn't go. Make that ball two. Counts now 2-1. Now, umpires are going to talk about it. See if they win or not. If it's 2-1, but if he does, it'll be 1-2. Now, still talking down the first baseline. Sasaki is leadoff hitter in this inning. I say he reached on air by Ebersol. Umpire still talking about it. Now called a strike two. And so now the count will be 1-2. So after a long, lengthy discussion, umpires have come to an agreement that he did in fact go. Now Reklitis delivers. This one's in the dirt. Now Shurg seems like got a little shaken up on that last play. Seems to be all right. That makes the count 2-2 now. Still got plenty of seats. Matter of fact, almost the whole stadium open if you want to come on out. Now pitch, and this is followed straight back. Count still 2-2. No outs here, still top of the third. Pitch from Reklitis, breaking. And this is falling into Green Bay's dugout. Bullpen. Count still 2-2. Sasaki is still hanging in there. And now, drop third strike from Shurg, which could have been out number one, but instead, a pitch from Reklitis. That is a strike three for out number one. Now I think that is Reklitis' first strikeout in tonight's game. And now up to bat is Jonah Landowski. He was the one who drove in the first score for Green Bay to take the 1-0 lead. That pitch from Reklitis is inside for ball one. Pitch from Reklitis. Tipped foul. That last pitch makes the count even at 1-1. Reklitis, I got a chance to interview him before the game. Him and Rindfleisch, as Mike said earlier in the second, those who lead the club in strikeouts, and talk to him about, see if he had like a little friendly competition between the two. And after that, after his second strikeout, after that, he said that he likes to have that friendly competition with him. Keeps an eye on it. Now for Green Bay is Jaden Adrians. Pitch from Reclitus. In for strike one. Looked like Adrians was going to bunt, then quick pulled back. Counts 0-1 with 2 outs here. In for strike two. Paying that outside line. Counts 0-2 for Adrians. And a swing and a miss from Adrians, and he knows that. Now 1-2-3 for Sheboygan. And Rick lies with 3 strikeouts. After 2.5, Green Bay still leads it 2-1. Sheboygan up to bat next.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
Welcome back here at Wildwood Park. Bottom of the third inning, Sheboygan up to bat. Leading off is their leadoff hitter, Ross Chris. Chris advanced. His first at bat was a walk. Chris is a double machine and one of the fastest players in the lineup. Matter of fact, he has second most stolen bases in this season for the club with 12. And this one is hit into left center. And left fielder is there to make the catch for out number 1. Now that brings up Nathan Ebersol. She does better than me on my first time here. Ebersol kind of off to a shaky start. Already had 2 errors in tonight's game. And first one, swing and miss for strike 1. Ebersol struck out 0 for 1. And pitch. And this one is line drive and a jumping attempt made by the second baseman to snag him out for out number 2. Now that brings up Harry Stout, who is 1 for 1. Almost had the looked like to be a home run, but bounces off the wall for a nice stand-up double. Harry usually doesn't swing at the first pitch. And pitch. In for strike 1. Dana on the mound for Greater Green Bay. The pitch. Swing and mighty swing from Harry. Can't make contact for strike 2. 0-2 is a count for Harry. Pitch from Dana, and this one is popped straight up. Second baseman is there and makes the easy out for out number 3 to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down for both Greater Green Bay and Sheboygan. At the end of 3, Green Bay still leads Sheboygan 2-1.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
Welcome back here. Top of the 4th, leading off for Green Bay is Trent Van Ness. Van Ness is 1 for 1 with a single with an RBI. And Shurg doing what Shurg does best, dancing to the songs that CJ plays. Never a dull moment when Shurg is catching. This one's fouled back for strike 1. Counts 0-1 for Van Ness. That breaking pitch is in for strike 2. Pitch from Reclitus, swing and a miss for strike number 3, and that is his 4th strikeout in a row. Reclitus now is getting his groove. And that brings up Jacob Lacey, the first baseman. Grounded out his first at bat, 0-1. Got here at the ballpark, and we noticed that we have our new system. It'll be much more easier for me and Mike to bring you the games live. Assuming a CJ quote from CJ, assuming we use it this year. Do believe you have 2 headsets with microphones, so it will be more of a conversation between me and Mike as we bring you these games. Hopefully. Mike doesn't want to do that until next year, sounds like. So, meantime, it looks like it's going to be doing this old-fashioned way. And now, counts 2-1. Fouled out. Count is 2-2. Pitch from Reclitus. And Lacey's follows that one down first base line. Lacey's count is 2-2. Pitch from Reclitus in the dirt for ball 3. Full count for Jacob Lacey. 1 out here, top of the fourth. Pitch from Reklitis. Outside for ball 4. So now that will bring up the catcher, Jeremy LaFoon. Jacob Lacey on that first after that ball 4 walk. Reklitis' pitch is just a tad outside for ball 1. One oh's count for LaFoon. Make that 1-1. Reklitis sneaks that one in inside for strike 1. Pitch low for ball 2. Counts 2-1 on LaFoon. 1 out here, top of the fourth. This one is popped up into right. Chris is there, running, and makes the catch for out number 2. Nice play made by Ross. Chris came up under the ball. And that brings up Alex Laughlin. Laughlin is 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Grounded out 5-3. Pitch from Reklitis in for strike 1. Beautiful pitch. Still have Jacob Lacey over on that first after the ball 4 walk from Reklitis. Swinging and a miss for strike 2. Like I said before, got a chance to talk to Reklitis before the game, asked him a couple questions. Does like to have a little competition with Rhineflesh for the number of strikeouts as he's been taking over after that one. And now, after 3.5, Sheboygan still trails Green Bay 2-1. We'll be right back when Sheboygan is on offense.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Welcome back here. Bottom of the fourth where Jimmy Jurgensen leads off for Sheboygan. Jurgensen is 1 for 1 in tonight's game with a single with an RBI. That pitch just outside for ball 1. After a eventful first inning, it's been pretty quiet. And now that pitch in for ball 2. This one is grounded in a pit. Play by the shortstop the first for out number 1. And speaking of strikeouts, as I said before, I was talking to Reclitis. Now, batting here is Jacob Neese. Neese is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Going back to my previous thought that, so I said that with Reclitis has a little friendly competition with Brad Reinflash for strikeouts, and Mike did some calculations in his smart brain for the average strikeouts per inning between the top 3 pitchers, which is pitching now Jared Reclitis, Brad Reinflash, and Eric Schmitz. Reinflash leads them with 1.59 strikeouts per inning. Excuse me, Reclitis leads them with 1.59. Coming in second place is Brad Reinflash with 1.37. And then to wrap it up in the top 3 is Eric Schmitz with 1.25 strikeouts per inning, so good numbers. Now this brings up T.D. Walker. Walker is first at bat was a hit by pitch. Dannon's pitch is high and goes off the glove of LaFoon. So that'll be ball 1. Two outs here, bottom of the 4th. Mike will bring you to 5th inning. And I'll have you back for inning number 6 and 7. That goes foul into the Green Bay's bullpen. Counts 1-1 on T.D. Walker. Dannon doing a nice job for Green Bay. On his in 1 run. Pitch high. Check the swing. T.D. Walker did not go, so is now 2-1. Dannon comes set. Delivers. Outside pitch. Goes past LaFoon. Counts 3-1 for T.D. Walker. Walker re-enters the box and Dannon gets set. Now delivers. In for ball 4, and T.D. Walker will take his place at first. Now that will bring up Cole Erickson, who is 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Walker has had 7 stolen bases in this season. So he is a threat to run. Leads off in that pitch high and outside for ball 1. Dannon now looks over his shoulder at first at Walker. That pitch in for strike 1. Counts 1-1 on Erickson. So that one breaks outside for ball 2. Looking at Tim Moyer down third base line. Hasn't given any signs for Walker to go. That went in, and now Walker will go. Stolen base on a pass ball. Next count, 3-1 for Cole Erickson. Pitch from Dannon inside for ball 4, and Erickson will take his place on first. That brings up Ethan Scherg, who singled to center in his first at bat, and now the Manager for Greater Green Bay comes out to talk to Dannon. Anthony Sotile, the manager for Greater Green Bay.
Never know. The center, number 43, Ethan Scherg.
Scherg up to bat now. 1 for 1. You have Erickson on first and Walker on second. That pitch in for strike 1. Great opportunity for Sheboygan. You have 1 runner in scoring position. That one was inside and foul ticked. For strike 2, Ethan already falls down 0-2. Dana comes set, looks back at second. In for strike 3, right down the pipe to end the inning. And that'll end inning number 4. And Mike will take you to the 5th inning. After 4, Sheboygan still trails Greater Green Bay 2-1.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Getting ready to start the 5th inning. It'll be Tyler Bloom, the center fielder for the Blue Ribbons. Bloom reached in the 2nd inning on an error. Reklitis has been on a strikeout frenzy the last couple of innings. This time Bloom bunts it, but right to Reklitis, and he makes the easy play over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that brings up Griffin Summers. Summers is 1 for 2. Scored a run. Made a couple of fine plays at shortstop. One to begin a double play that was back in the 2nd inning. And then made a real slick pickup and throw over to first base on Jimmy Jurgensen. Slow roller. Got Jimmy. Reklitis' last 6 outs, 5 have been via the strikeout. Pitch is outside, evens the count at 1-1. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Ball is hammered foul over the A's dugout. So far in the ball game, Green Bay has 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Sheboygan 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Ground ball out to the second baseman, Hancock. It takes a terrible bounce. It's going to be a bad hop single. Nothing you can do about that. Just a tough break for Hancock and the Sheboygan A's.
Second baseman number 53,
Daisuke Sasaki is up next. Daisuke's biggest contribution to the Green Bay effort tonight was his relay throw to home plate to get Ross Christ at the plate back in the first inning. So far, Daisuke is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the first inning. Ball's hit foul down the right field side. Summers a base stealing threat over at first base. Nicolaitis keeping an eye on him. There's a definite double standard in the ballpark, fans. When their guy does it, that is throw to first base, it's boring. When our guy throws over to first base, it's strategic. Summers fouls that one off the screen. Sean was waiting at his glove ready, and then the darn ball hit the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sasaki takes that pitch just outside for a ball. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Griffin Summers on at first base, getting a nice lead over there. Be interesting to see if he goes. He doesn't. Sasaki swung at a bad pitch and goes down swinging. 2 outs now for Jonah Landowski. I would suspect Summers would be running now. Summers on the move. Landowski's, Schurig's throw is not in time. Quite high also. Summers slides in with a stolen base. For Green Bay, that's their second stolen base of the night. Bloom had one back in the second. It's incumbent upon Nicolaitis now to get Landowski. Landowski grounded out to Harry Stelt in the first. That drove in Green Bay's first run. And then in the third inning, he went down swinging. The 1-1 pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. Landowski not able to catch up with that fastball. Pitch is in the dirt for a ball. That evens the count. We have 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man on second. We had this same situation back in the first inning. Ball is popped up on the infield. Ebersol making the call. He didn't see it. And coming home and scoring is Griffin Summers. Boy, that should have been an easy catch. As it is, Landowski gets an RBI pop-up single. Ay, ay, ay. The way Ebersol motioned, it looked like he had it, saw it, and was going to make the catch, and all of a sudden it was over his head, back in short left field, and it dropped in. Summers running with 2 outs, scored easily. Jaden Adrians is next. It's now 3-1 Green Bay. One thing we haven't talked about this year, and the new lights are in their second or third year, guys. Third year, I'll tell you, these are an immense improvement over the old lights. Fly ball out to short right, drops in. Christ comes in and picks it up and throws it in. On the hit, Landowski goes all the way to third. Adrian stops at first. That brings up Trent Van Ness. Van Ness is 1 for 2.
Left fielder, number 14, Trent Van Ness.
Van Ness got down on the count in the first inning, 2 strikes. And Reklitis went right after him with another strike on the third pitch. And Van Ness lined a base hit out to center field that drove in a run. Breaking pitch hits the corner for strike 1. Be interesting to see what Adrians does at first base. Hanging pretty close to the base. Line drive down the right field side is foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Trent Van Ness. Reklitis in another jam, trying to work through it. Greater Green Bay only had 2 hits coming into this inning. They've got 3 singles so far in this inning. Bouncing ball in front of home plate is foul. They now have 3 runs on 5 hits. Adrian's edging off the first a little bit more, not much. I don't expect him to be running. Line drive to short, over the head of Ebersol. And Van Ness does it again. Base hit, RBI, and 2 more. Another run in for Greater Green Bay. They've got 2 now in the inning. Jacob Lacey, the first baseman, stepping in to hit. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And Sheboygan getting in a hole. Dannon has pitched pretty effectively for Greater Green Bay. And now with Sheboygan down 3 runs, we're going to have to do some serious hitting to get back in this one. Adrians is on at second, Van Ness at first. Lacey is up to hit. Ball is hammered out to left field. And it's fair, right down the line. 1 run will score. Racing around third and going to make it, sliding, is Van Ness. And 2 more runs for the Blue Ribbons on a double by Jacob Lacey. It's now 6-1, Greater Green Bay. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row for the Blue Ribbons. 5 total in the inning. And this has not been pretty. The pitch is inside, backs LaFoon out of the batter's box. Jeremy LaFoon is 0 for 2. 4-run inning for Greater Green Bay to go along with their 2-run first inning. That strike evens the count at 1-1. There are 2 outs. Time called at home plate by umpire Steve Walsh. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 4 runs in for Greater Green Bay. Reklitis comes set and delivers. Breaking pitch in there for called strike 3, and that finally ends the inning for Green Bay, but not before they come up with 4 more runs. After 4.5 innings of play, Green Bay leads it 6-1.
Sometimes you'd rather stay in the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Sheboygan is Nick Hancock. Green Bay with that 4-run 5th inning now has a big advantage over Sheboygan. 5-run advantage. It's 6-1. Sheboygan needs a chip away. Hancock fouls that one off. Hancock is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Alec Dannon's pitch is way outside. Waiting on deck is Ross Christ. Eric Hasenstein in the house yelling out, "It's hammer time." We all up here agree with that. Press box has the usual set of characters. CJ on the audio enhancements and announcements. Bill Wagner is our field announcer. And I'm Mike Martin along with Matt Crowley. We're doing the live stream. Hancock fouls that one off. Matt is an intern from Lakeland University. Ben Salutes is our social media guru. He's attends UW Whitewater, and Jacob Maternowski from attends UW Lacrosse is running the team store again tonight. It's our interns for this year. Those guys do a heck of a job. Staying alive is Hancock. By the Bee Gees, Bill. Is that right? Staying alive by the Bee Gees. Hancock battling. Fouls that one into the bullpen area behind the A's dugout. The ground ball just foul. Boy, it looked like it was fair, but standing right on the line was Steve Walsh, and he made the call. We mentioned earlier Hancock coming into tonight was hitting .302. He's 0 for 1, so he's just a touch below 300. Breaking ball is up high. Hancock, with a good at bat, works a walk. And that brings up Ross Christ. Christ 0 for 1. Was thrown out at the plate in that first inning after drawing a walk. Chris with a bunt over to Dannon, and it's not in time. Good play by Ross. Any way to get on. And he did. And that's going to bring up Nathan Ebersol. Ebersol got robbed of a hit his last time up, hit a line drive. What looked like might be over the second baseman's head, but he leaped and made the catch. Dannon's pitch is up high. No action in the bullpen for Green Bay. Dannon fires that one in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sheboygan threatening. Ebersol digs in, trying to keep the merry-go-round going. Pops that one up into short right field. The second baseman, Sasaki, ranges way out into short right and makes that nice catch to retire Ebersol. And that's going to bring up Harry Stelt. Harry doubled off the wall in right center field back in the first inning and then popped out to second in the third. See if Harry can come through with a big hit again. Hancock's on at second. Christ is on at first. Christ has especially good speed. Harry had a good rip at that, but fouled it straight back. Count is 1-1. There's only 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Sheboygan trails by 5, 6-1. Pitch in the dirt is stopped nicely by LaFoon. Dannon's pitch is way outside. He looked like he stumbled on the mound. There's a little landscaping on the mound, and now he's set, ready to pitch. Comes set at the belt. Harry with a 3-1 count. Takes it inside for ball 4, and that loads the bases for Jimmy Jurgensen. Coming out to talk to his pitcher is Anthony Satile. Anthony was out earlier in the ball game, back in the 4th, when Dannon, after 2 outs, walked 2 batters. In this inning, he led off the inning walking Hancock. Hancock having a great at-bat. Then Chris with a bunt single. And now Harry Stelk draws a 1-out walk to load the bases. And Jurgensen's up. Jimmy takes that first pitch low. Jimmy is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Tying run for Sheboygan is in the on-deck circle. Jacob Neese waiting. Ball hit hard to second. Sasaki makes a good play over to second for an out, and Griffin Summers rifles a throw to first for a double play to get Jurgensen, and Sheboygan is out of the inning. And Jurgensen got tossed. Great play by Sasaki to get the force at second, and then Summers making a strong throw to first for the double play.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Welcome back here at Wildwood Park, top of the 6th. Pitching change for Sheboygan. Dawson Salvosky in his last outing against Kewaskum. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, didn't walk any batters, and struck out 2. And Mike has the numbers ready for me to give you of Jared Reclitus. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those runs were earned, only walked 1, and struck out 7. See if Salvosky can mirror that Now this brings up Alex McLaughlin, the designated hitter. 0 for 2 in tonight's game. That breaking pitch. High for ball 1. This one's ripped right to Nice. Crow hops, throws to Harry. Off target. Shurg's there. Now makes the throw. And now, error after error. Now, Nice to Harry. Throw is off to Harry. Shurg was there to back Harry up. Shurg making a nice throw to second. I couldn't tell if it was Hancock or it was Hancock who dropped the ball. Perfect throw by Shurg. Would have been easy out. And that would be a, I don't know what to call that. Mike, what would you call that? That's a hit by pitch by Slavoski. And Tyler Bloom gets hit by a pitch. Just like that, Greater Green Bay has 2 runners on. And this brings up Griffin Summers. Dawson's going on second, and Shurg holds. Counts 0-1 on Summers. Summers is 2 for 3 in tonight's game. Rip to Nice. Throws it to Harry. This time makes it after a little bit off point, but Harry's there to make the play for out number 1. Now this brings up Daisuke Sasaki. Pitch by Slavoski in for ball. Just inside. Slavoski with the pitch, and this one is fouled for strike 1. Evens out the count at 1-1. Slavoski gets set, now delivers. Breaking pitch right up the gut. Ebersol throws it to Harry, but one comes in. Green Bay extends their lead to 6. We'll have 2 outs now. Now, this brings up Jonah Landowski. Landowski is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. High outside pitch by Slavoski for ball 1. Here comes the pitch. This is right to Harry Stell. Easy put out, unassisted to end the top of the 6th after only 1 run comes in, but it wasn't a pretty one. Sheboygan now trails Green Bay 7-1 when Sheboygan's up to bat next.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Welcome back to bottom of the sixth. Leading off the inning for Sheboygan is Jacob Neese. Neese is 0 for 2 in tonight's game with a strikeout and a ground out. That pitch low and outside for ball one. Major factor in this game is the errors. Sheboygan committing 4, and Green Bay has yet to commit one. So that last pitch in the dirt for ball two. That pitch high and inside for ball three. Neese up on a 3-0 count. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And here Neese is on first with a 4-0 count. And now here comes Sotile. And it looks like Dannon is done for the night. And this will bring out Adam Gutchow. We'll take a quick break as Gutchow warms up, and by that time we should have the numbers for Dannon. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, bottom the sixth after the pitching change. Now pitching for Greater Green Bay is Adam Gutchow. We have the numbers on Alec Dannon. Pitched for 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, which was earned. Walked 6 batters and struck out 4, and he is responsible for the runner on first. First pitch by Gutchow is in for strike 1. And now up to bat for Sheboygan is T.D. Walker. That one goes behind Walker. on a wild pitch. Nice will head on over to second base. No outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Gutshot looks back at second. This one in for strike two. Getting to that inside line. 1-2 for the count for TD Walker with Jacob Neese on second. Swing and miss. Drop third strike. Takes him out right at first for out number one. And that will bring up Cole Erickson. Erickson is 0 for 1 with a walk. Gutshot comes sign the mound. Now delivers. In for strike one. Pitch from Gutshot in the dirt for ball one. Green Bay still leads Sheboygan 7-1, bottom of the sixth, only one out with a runner on at second. Breaking pitch outside for ball two. Counts 2-1, one out on Erickson. Gutshot looks back at Neese at second, now delivers. High pitch for ball three. Which makes the count 3-1. Gutshot looks back at second. This one is hit right to third and goes past third in between the legs. And Neese is going to hold at third. And that will be it. E5. And that will bring up Ethan Scherg. Scherg is 1 for 2 with a single into right center in the second inning, very early on. Then he struck out looking. Great opportunity for Sheboygan to get up on the board, put some more runs, and now pass ball, but Neese didn't go. Erickson steals second. Neese stays on at third. Two runner in scoring position with Ethan Scherg up to bat. Counts 1-0. Swing and miss from Ethan makes that 1-1. Gutshot. High pitch and Scherg swings for out number two, and this brings up Nick Hancock.
Second baseman number 45, Nick Hancock.
Hancock is 0 for 1 in tonight's game for a strikeout and a walk. At first pitch in for ball one. Gutshot up on the mound. That pitch in for strike one. Evens the count out at 1-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the sixth. Sheboygan has a great opportunity to score here. This one is fouled down first base line. Sheboygan needs to capitalize on these situations. Erickson stole second. And Laffoon third a second. Try to throw him out. Nice probably would have went home. Would have been one extra run. And that pitch in the dirt for ball 2 evens it out at 2-2. Dire situation for Sheboygan. Gutchout with the pitch. Outside for ball 3. Facing a full count is Hancock now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 runners on. In scoring position at third. Nice at third, and you have Erickson on at second. That one goes foul. Still staying alive. And Hancock was the one who stayed alive for a while to draw the walk. And he's doing it again with another foul down third base. Count still 3-2 on Hancock. Pitch from Gutchow. This one is popped up and it's dropping, and left fielder is there to make the easy out for out number 3 to end the 6th. After 6, Green Bay leads Sheboygan 7-1. We'll be right back.
Last year's financial year,
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier.
Welcome back here, top of the 7th. Green Bay up to bat. My bad. Jaden Andreas is up to bat, 1 for 3 in tonight's game with a single at his last at bat.
Third baseman number 34, Jaden Adrian.
Sheboygan struggling tonight, down 7-1, top of the 7th. Slavosky still up on the mound for Sheboygan. First pitch by Slavosky is in for a ball. This one hit right up the gut for a base hit. And just right as we got back on the air, Denny Moyer, the GM, was calling out the 50-50 raffle.
Left fielder number 14, Trent Van Ness.
Was calling out the 50-50. I had to do it twice. Had the read the ticket upside down. Must have been filled with 8s, 6s, 9s, and 0s. Payout was $133. Now this brings up Trent Van Ness. Trent is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout. And Mike said it with a pair of RBIs. Foxy delivers. This one in for strike one. Counts 1-1 on Van Ness. Slavosky throws that, tries to pick it off, but not in time. Slavosky up on the mound. Now delivers. Outside pitch for ball two. Counts 2-1. That one stopped by Scherg, makes it 3-1. If Adrian's on at first, Harry staying on the plate. Short and second playing deep, and you have Neese on third playing with the base. And this one's in the gap between short and third, and that'll be a base hit. Well, this will bring up Jacob Lacey. Lacey is 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. With 2 RBIs, Lacey has on a double. That one gets ticked and goes foul for strike one. Lacey re-enters the batter's box. Slavosky gets set on the mound. Looks back at second, now delivers. That one in for strike two. Now Lacey down on 0-2 count. Slavosky looks back at second, now delivers. That one in, hit by pitch. Now we'll load the bases up with no outs. This brings up the catcher, Jeremy LaFoon. LaFoon is 0 for 3. Bases low and no outs for LaFoon. That pitch in for strike one by Slavosky. Pitch by Slavosky. Low and outside for ball one. Evens the count at 1-1. Now Slavosky comes set. This one is ripped foul down the dirt by left field. Makes count 1-2 on LaFoon. And I believe that's Ken Neese grabbing the foul ball. And this one is drops down into left. That will bring in 2, but they do throw the runner going to third out. So excuse me, he was safe, but 2 runs comes in. So Foon with a double 2 RBI. double. And now Slavoski is done. And on comes. Wait till he shows his number. This is Bennett Becker coming into pitch. Becker usually plays shortstop in most games. We'll take a quick short break as he warms up. Still top of the 7th, no outs. Green Bay 9, Sheboygan 1.
The floor is lava! Couch is lava! The parking lot is lava!
Sometimes you'd rather stay in the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Welcome back here, top of the 7th. Bennett Becker on the mound for Sheboygan, and there's a pinch hitter. Blake Wallen fame, who is hitting for Alec Laughlin. 2 runners in scoring position for Green Bay, no outs. And this one is fair as he tries to turn away. Kind of tried to turn away from the ball. It ends up in his back. It ends up going fair. So for out number 1, but 1 run does come in.
Center fielder, number 6, Tyler Bloom.
Now this brings up Tyler Bloom. Mike is working on the numbers for Slavoski. And Bloom is 0 for 2 of a hit by pitch. And speaking of the devil, Mike got done with the numbers with Slavoski, so I'll read those off to you right now. Slavoski only pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 hits. Got 4 runs.
4 so far.
4 runs so far. 3 of those were earned. Responsible for the runner on third. Didn't walk any batters or struck out any. Now count for Bloom is 2-1 with Bennett Becker pitching. That pitch high for ball 3. This is popped up and Harry's there. Easy out. For out number 2, that's what Sheboygan needed.
Shortstop, number 18, Griffin Summers.
This brings up Griffin Summers. Summers, top of the leadoff batters, 2 for 4. 2 runs scored with 2 base hits. Pitch from Becker is outside for ball 2. Pitch from Becker. This one is fouled for strike 1. Count 2-1. This one's hit right to third. Neese with the grab, throws it to Harry. A little high, but gets out number 3 to end that inning. After 6.5, Green Bay extends their lead. Green Bay 10, Sheboygan 1. We'll be back when Sheboygan's back on offense right after this.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly... Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up. In my life! I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my... Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I... Get down! Get down! There you are. You always have... My back. My...
Welcome back here. Bottom of the 7th. Pitching change for Greater Green Bay. In for Alan Guschow is Lucas Frutig. And we do have the complete numbers for Dawson Slavoski. Pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. 3 of those runs were earned and didn't strike out or walk any batters. First pitch by Frutig is a strike. And batting for Sheboygan is Ross Chris. Chris is 1 for 2 with a walk. After that pitch goes into the dirt, evens the count out at 1-1. And Chris hits this one high and pops it up in foul territory in a sliding attempt made by the third baseman. I do believe that Adrian's almost a collision there, but for out number 1, just like that. Well, this brings up Nate Ebersol. Ebersol is 0 for 3 in tonight's game with a pair of errors. Frutig now delivers the pitch. This one is followed back by Ebersol for strike 1. All one's account for Ebersol. This one is hit fouled onto New Jersey Avenue. Counts 0-2 for Ebersol after that foul ball. Pitch, breaking, hit right to the shortstop. And the easy throw the first for out number 2. Mike will bring you the last 2 innings of this game. bringing the 8th and the 9th. And this will bring up Harry Stout. Stout is 1 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 2 with a walk. Harry had a beautiful double in the first inning, which looked like to be a home run. Now Fruity takes a step off. Now looks for signs. Now comes set. Winds up and delivers. In for strike 1. Harry lets that one go by as he usually does. 0-1's the count for Harry with 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Real quiet here at Wildwood Park. That one low and outside for ball 1. Counts even at 1-1. This one is hit right into right field. And the right fielder's there to make the easy out for out number 3. That does it for me for tonight. But Mike will bring you the last 2 innings. Innings 8 and 9. Green Bay leads Sheboygan 10-1. Right after this, Mike will take over.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Getting ready to start the 8th inning will be Daisuke Sasaki. Sasaki is 0 for 4. He does have an RBI and played some really good defense tonight. We do have a defensive substitution for Sheboygan. Now playing third base is Ben Wilson. Comes in for Jacob Neese. Bennett Becker still on the mound for Sheboygan. He finished out the 7th inning. That ball is fouled right off the mask of Ethan Scherg. And as a courtesy to the catcher, the home plate umpire walks out and hands Bennett Becker a new ball, giving Scherg a little time to gather himself. Sasaki has a 1-1 count. There's nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th. Greater Green Bay on top, 10-1. It's not been a good game for Sheboygan tonight. They have, like I said, the 1 run, only 4 hits, and have committed 4 errors. CJ was so bummed about the A's performance tonight, he didn't even give out a Butterburger for the 1 error that Green Bay has. Ball is pop foul down the right field side. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. We've seen Sheboygan come back from deficits greater than this, so hang in there. There's a hit in the gap and not cut off. And in standing with a double is a Daisuke Sasaki. Not sure what happened out there in the outfield. Landowski is going to step in to hit. Landowski playing right field is 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And its first pitch is a ball. Greater Green Bay has really given Sheboygan fits this season. Sheboygan, like I mentioned at the beginning, is only 1-2 against Green Bay, and looks like it's going to go to 1-3 after tonight. Becker can't find the strike zone for Landowski. And that puts runners on first and second with nobody out for Jaden Adrians. Adrians is 2 for 4. His last 2 trips, he's singled and scored. First pitch is inside. Sheboygan actually has been pretty good about not walking a lot of Green Bay hitters. That last walk was only the second walk by Sheboygan pitchers tonight. One hopper to Denton Wilson gets past him, and runners are going to stop, and that loads them up. That's going to be Sheboygan's 5th error of the ball game. They now have more errors than they have hits. The only positive to that is a run did not score, but the bases are loaded with nobody out. Van Ness with a mighty cut and a miss. Becker gets Van Ness to swing and miss again. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. That outside pitch makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Jacob Lacey. Lacey had a 2 RBI double back in the 5th inning. Ball is hammered foul down the left field side. Another ball fouled off by Van Ness. He's the one hanging in there now. It's 2-2 to Trent Van Ness. There's breaking ball hangs up high, and that makes the count 3-2. And ball 4. That'll force in run number 11 for the blue ribbons. Jacob Lacey. Lacey swings at that first offering and fouls it straight back. It's 11-1. If Sheboygan does not score in the bottom of the 8th inning, the game will be over because of the 10-run rule. There's a line drive out into left center field. That could clear the bases. It rolls all the way to the wall. Ground rule double. The ball rolled underneath the fence. So Lacey gets a 2 RBI double. And Green Bay still has runners on. This time it's on second and third. Oh, man. That runner on third ran home, and now they're going to send him back. Umpire Wells says, go back to third. Ground rule double. Umpire Ducat ran out to check on the ball and saw that it was under the fence. For Jacob Lacey, that's his second 2 RBI double. So he's got 2 doubles tonight and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be it for Bennett Becker. Matt's going to take us to a break. I'll figure out what the who's coming in, and we'll let him warm up, and then we'll come back and finish this one out.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly... Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up. In my life! I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my... Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down! Get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back! My back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship.
Now pitching for Sheboygan is their first base coach, Jacob Neese. Ken Neese. Ken is Jacob's dad, seeing his first action of the year. Isaiah Robinson is pinch hitting for Jeremy LaFoon. Bennett Becker worked 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs so far. 2 of those were earned. Walk 2, no strikeouts. And pass ball, but the runner on third stays there. They've got their 12-run lead now. They're not into rubbing it in. So good sportsmanship shown by Greater Green Bay. And Neese's second pitch is a ball. Robinson wants to see a strike. He wants to hit. Ball 3. Swing and a miss by Robinson. Ken Neese with the good heater. Three balls and one strike to Robinson. Breaking ball is tapped to second. Just in time to nip Robinson. Runners at second and third held. That brings up Blake Wallenfang. Wallenfang grounded out his first time up back in the 7th, and that ground out resulted in a run, so he got an RBI. Ken Neese on the mound, his first appearance of the year, like I said. Neese working the breaking ball to Wallenberg. Wallenfang, pardon me. Thought I got that wrong. Wallenfang up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter. Blake takes that pitch outside for a ball. Getting pretty boisterous up here in the press box. Not very professional, but acceptable tonight. Looping liner out to second base. Nice pickup and throw over to first by Hancock to get Wallenfang. That brings up Tyler Bloom. Runners again holding on that ground out. I think the protocol in this situation would be if Bloom gets a base hit, the runners will be moving and trying to score on that. But not on a ground out. Although the ground outs would have been legitimate RBIs. But like I said, Greater Green Bay being good sports about it all. Count to Bloom now is 2-0. There are 2 outs. 3 runs are in. Greater Green Bay has broken it open with a 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 3 more so far in the 8th. It went from a 2-1 ball game to now 13-1. Steve Reich. 3-1 is the count now to Bloom. You know what Tyler could do, guys? You could bunt it back to Neese and end this inning. Instead, he takes one off the shoulder. And that's going to bring up Griffin Summers. Summers is the 9th batter in the inning. Griffin is 2 for 5. Force at any base with the bases loaded. 2 outs. First pitch is in for a strike. It's probably even more important for Ethan now to get those throws right to the pitcher with Ken on the mound. Not quite as nimble as he used to be. One and one is the count. D right two. Be interesting if Summers goes for the base hit. Swinging, he wanted the hit. He wants the RBIs. Can't blame him. Three for six would look a lot nicer than 2 for 6. And he'd get some RBIs too. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball is fouled straight back. She's been a grinder tonight, not only with the score disparity, but also the length of the game. Oh, they wanted to strike out there, but umpire Steve Wall said no way, he's got to earn it. 2-2 is the count. 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Neese delivers, and Summers fouls it out of play. Two and a half hours, Bill. Is that what we got here? Start right around 7:30. Bouncing ball to short. Nice Sunday hop for Ebersol, and he throws over to Wilson at third for the force out. And that ends the 8th inning, but not before Greater Green Bay scores 3 more after 7.5. It's 13-1.
I'm not usually... I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly... Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up. In my life. I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my... Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious. And kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship.
Sometimes you'd rather stay in the car. With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Defensive change for Greater Green Bay. Isaiah Robinson stays in to catch. And now pitching is Samuel Phillips. His first pitch to Joey Pettit. Pettit batting for Jimmy Jurgensen. Pettit with a swing and a miss. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Pettit. Joey with a swing and a miss. Joey hitting .247 on the season. Takes that pitch low. Walk. Ben Wilson coming up to hit. First pitch to Wilson is a strike. Wilson, very limited action, is 1 for 3 on the season. It's a high fly ball out to center field. Bloom ranges over and makes a one-handed catch. Wilson came in for Neese to play third base in the first batter. He found out why it's called the hot corner. Took a hard hit ball off the leg, got by him for an error. And that brings up T.D. Walker. Pettit still on first. Line drive, base hit to center by Walker. That brings up Cole Erickson. Erickson is 0 for 2 with a walk. Sheboygan's next game will be tomorrow night at home against Appleton. That game's scheduled to start at 7:30. Swing and a miss. After the game tomorrow night, Sheboygan's on the road for an extended period of time. They aren't home again until the following Tuesday when they play Menasha here in a doubleheader. That doubleheader is scheduled to start at 6:30. Between now and then, they're at Green Bay tomorrow night, on Wednesday night, pardon me. They're at West Dallas on Thursday. They're at Menasha on Friday, July 23rd for a doubleheader. And then they're at Burlington Sunday for a doubleheader. And again, Monday, the 26th, they play Appleton. So a lot of games coming up. And if you're wondering why did Ken Neese come in to pitch, it's because of all those games coming up. And Tim Moyer trying to save some arms. And Erickson goes down on strikes. Phillips gets the second out. And that brings up Ethan Scherg. And Ethan batting left-handed for the first time this year. Gonna have a little fun up there. Ethan looks pretty comfortable batting from the other side. He looks even more comfortable when the pitcher isn't throwing strikes. Ethan in the ball game is 1 for 2. 1 for 3. Hey, he didn't look very good on that swing, fans. That was a medium speed fastball, and he was behind that. He ripped that one, though. got around on the fastball and ripped it into the bullpen area behind the dugout of Green Bay. 2-2 is the count. That ball is also fouled out of play. Phillips trying to close it out for Green Bay. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that ends the ball game for Sheboygan. Let me give you the line score, the winning pitcher, and some of that basic information. First of all, the line scores. Green Bay, 13 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. Sheboygan, 1 run, 5 hits, and 5 errors. The winning pitcher was Alex Dannon, and the losing pitcher was Jared Reklitis. One more time, our next game will be tomorrow night at home against Appleton. I will not be here. Matt will take you through that ball game, and we look forward to bringing you that ball game. Until then, fans, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.